Hello everyone, and welcome to another Factorio mod spotlight. I'm Exterminator, and thank you for joining me today. And in this spotlight, we are covering the intermodal containers mod. So this is another containering mod. There's several that have been out in the past, and I think a couple that are currently out and updated. But this one is pretty similar to them. It's just very new, so we know for a fact it's like very much up to date with what's with the game version, and I really like the machines, like the graphics and stuff the machines add. So I figured I'd give it a spotlight. So what this allows you to do is kind of condense and box up materials, but only intermediates. So I don't remember if the other containering mods only limit you to intermediates or not. I actually kind of like this because it maybe makes things a little less overpowered if you would consider it that way. But you can only do intermediate items. So when you go to select a recipe, you have two options. You have the option to load containers, which obviously these are very self-explanatory, or unload them. And then it lists everything you can do, and it's basically just everything in the intermediates tab. Everything in this tab here. You can't do other stuff. You can't like box up, chests or concrete or belt or whatever, or ammo or anything like that. But you go in here and you choose your recipe. So I'm going to choose circuits because that's what I'm using for this demonstration. And then there is a level of machine that corresponds with each belt level. You could, of course, use bots too. I don't see any reason why you couldn't. You would just have to, have a requester chest for delivering the items. And then it does require a container, obviously. So you put in the item and the container, and then it will container up the ingredient. So if we go ahead and power this on, you can see these go onto a belt. This goes onto a belt, and this loads them up. And this holds 40, and then it's going to spit them out here. Now, this one is perhaps, I did this as a demonstration, or attempt to hit a demonstration to show, like the different speeds that this one wouldn't be able to keep up. But since this is actually slower, it obviously can keep up. And then this one filled up already, so we could just dump this somewhere if you want to see this. But it's really cool. I really like the animation of them working. They look cool, all boxed up on the belt. And if we look here, it looks like everything is just 40. Well, not quite. So I guess it depends on the stack size is what this is basing it off of. So copper stacks to 100, so it's doing 20 per container, whereas science and green circuits stack to 200, so it's doing 40. I don't think anything stacks higher than 200, but if we did like ore, for example, it's a terrible example. If we do like this, I would imagine that if we were to change this really quick to sulfur, it is only 10 because it's 50, so it's half the amount of copper. Now you can change a lot of this in the settings as well. So if you want to customize this a bit, you have your settings here in the startup, which means you'd have to do this and then like reload your game for it to apply. You can change the dimensions of the machines if you want to do that. Item stack size multiplier. So this is just the multiplier. And then stacks per container. Loaded container stack size. So the containers like themselves only stack to 5. Cargo wagon inventory multiplier. So all cargo wagons will have their inventory size multiplied by this number to maintain equivalent balance to vanilla. Most of this I would leave default, but you can mess with it how you want. And then another cool thing with this is it should work with mods that add other ingredients, like to add things to the intermediates. It should just kind of work with that and allow you to choose those items, which is pretty nice. And then lastly, if we look at the research here, you do have, of course, the researches for these. So the base one is red and green. The next one is red, green, blue, and they are fairly expensive. And then the last one is red, green, blue, purple. And this just kind of is able to correspond with your belt and stuff. Or you could use bots as well. But overall, I really like just the animations, the graphics, everything about it. It works really well and kind of a nice way to condense and maybe change the way you play. So that's the mod, guys. If you have any questions or thoughts, leave them below. There is a link in the description to the mod portal page where you can check this out and download it with some more info. And if you're new, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. And if you did enjoy, like, it's appreciated as well. And until next time, I look forward to seeing you all and do take care.